Okay, this is the video lesson for 5.2, Writing Algebraic Expressions. The date is October 14th, and our essential question is, how can I write algebraic expressions? As always, you have two options for these video lessons. You can click on the notes and copy all the notes first, and then watch the video as I explain what these notes mean. Or you can watch the video and then push pause along the way to give you time to write all the notes down. But either one works. Okay, our entry task is for x plus 17, identify the parts of this expression. What are the terms, variables, constants, and coefficients? Okay, so terms are separated by addition or subtraction, which means that this is a term and this is a term. So here you should write 4x, and here you should write 17. Those are both the terms. Variables are representations of unknown values, which we use letters. So here x is the variable. Constants are terms with no variables. 17 has no variables, so the constant is 17. And coefficients is the number that tells us how many of the variable there are. They are the multiplier. So here we have 4x, so the coefficient is 4, because it tells us how many x's there are. It is 4, not 4x. A lot of kids mix that up. The coefficient is a number, no letters involved. Okay. The next part of this is to save the Chapter 5 word bank. The Chapter 5 word bank. You need to save it to your math folder. I'm going to show you how to do that. There are a few different ways that you can access the Chapter 5 word bank. The first way is to go to where you're watching this video, which is on my Google site. You can click on this link here, and you'll make a copy and save it in your math folder. Another way is to go to the PowerPoint, click on the link, and do it that way. Or click on the link that's on the Google Classroom post. Okay. After you click on the link, it should take you to this folder, which has the Chapter 5 word bank. What you need to do is you click on it. You can right-click it, or you can click. So if you right-click it, this happens. Or you can use these 3 dots on the side here. It also opens the options. Either one works. You will then make a copy, and it will save. Usually it would save to your drive. Because this is my drive, it'll just save it to this folder. I think it might save it to this folder, whatever. If that happens, what you also need to do is you will right-click it again, and you will click Move To. Move to, and you want to make sure you move it to, you're in your drive. You should have a folder for math. I actually don't have a folder for math, but you should have a folder for math. Every single one of my students should have a folder for math, and save it in your math folder. You move it there. Okay? Or if it's saved to your drive, you'll go to your drive, you'll find it, and then you'll drag it to your math folder. Okay? Either way, you need to save this to your drive. Move it to your drive. Rewatch that part of the video if you need help. You need to have a copy of the Chapter 5 word bank. This is super important. All right, let's go back to our notes. Now that you have your word bank, we will move on to our notes part. We'll be writing algebraic expressions. This is example 1. You will be given a words, and you will write the expression. 25 less than b. We're going to write that as a math expression. If we go to our word bank, I should just keep it open, right? Less is here in subtracting. Less. So if I look at my notes, less means subtract. Than, I believe, means reverse the order. Reverse the order means than. Oh, you can't even see. Let me move my screen a little bit. There. Than means reverse the order. That means reverse where the numbers are. So if I have 25 and B, reverse means I'll put B in the front, 25 at the end. So now this is B minus 25. That is B minus 25 is 25 less than B. Okay. Let's do example 2. Example 2 says a number x divided by 4. We kind of all know what divided by means, but just to be clear, look, division, divided by, division. So this should say x divided by 4. We will use fractions to show division in this chapter. This is correct if you use the division symbol, but I want you to use the fraction bar. We are going to use the fraction bar. So x divided by 4 is x divided by 4. Example 3. Word problem. Isn't this fun? Your friend has 5 more than twice as many cookies than you. Use C to represent how many cookies you have. So your friend has 5 more than twice as many cookies. So there's 2 parts of this. Twice as many cookies. Let's look at our word bank. Multiplying. Twice times 2. Where's our notes? So twice that many cookies means 2 times C, or 2C. And then 5 more than means plus 5. Remember that with adding, it doesn't matter which one goes first. 2 plus 3 is the same thing as 3 plus 2, so it doesn't really matter which one goes first. In subtraction, it matters. Like 3 minus 2 is not the same thing as 2 minus 3. So in this case, 5 more means plus 5. So you could write it as 5 plus 2C or 2C plus 5. That is what your expression should look like. Twice as many cookies, 2 times C, 5 more than that, 2C plus 5. Okay, now I want you to try it. It costs $10 for 1 surfing lesson and $15 per day to rent a surfboard. What is the cost for 1 lesson and renting a board for H days? If I was renting a board for H amount of days, how much would that cost? What expression could I write? So first of all, it costs $10 for 1 surfing lesson, which means automatically you're going to get charged $10. No matter how many days you surf for, you will get charged $10. So that means 10 plus whatever the cost to rent the surfboard is. Okay? And the cost to rent the surfboard is $15 per day. And if we look at our Chapter 5 word bank, per, cancel. Per means multiply. So $15 per day means $15 times the amount of days. H represents our value for the amount of days. So it would be 10 plus 15H, or 15H plus 10. Yeah. That should be it. Yeah, that's all for those notes. Let's go to the Google Slides. So we took the notes, we found the word bank. Our assignment is to do IXL lesson, variable expressions, word problems, SMART score of 80. So you need a SMART score of 80 for this IXL lesson. As always, to go to IXL, you must log in through Clever first. So we go to Symbaloo, then Clever, then IXL. Once you're logged in, it'll say welcome, your name. You can go back to the slideshow and click on the lesson. Or it looks like the code is 6LQ. So let me write that in here before I forget. Usually I already wrote it down. I don't know why I didn't this time. Code is 6LQ. So once you are logged into IXL, you could also just type in 6LQ. And there it is, write variable expressions, word problems. You need a SMART score of 80, right? Akira picked 50 pairs. Chloe picked P fewer pairs than Akira. Choose the expression that shows how many pairs Chloe picked. If Chloe picked P fewer than 50, fewer means subtract. So 50 minus P, because we're going less than 50. Okay. That, submit. Hey, look, I got it right. SMART score of 80, please. Yeah, that's all for today's lesson. Email me if you have any questions.